You got it.
So my poem is titled Reflection. The last poem I decided to recite was in 4th grade, and now I look back and apologize to my 10-year-old self for stepping away from everything that mattered and giving way to every noxious thought that destroyed my little self-esteem. All I did after was pave words on paper. They never got a chance to go out in the open, probably because I glued them together like I glued my self-esteem to my failure at being unable to go to crowded pizza places or coffee shops, or failing to dress up and move out of the house every weekend, how much ever I wanted to do that. Because I was too afraid of intoxicated intentions and the touch that came along with them. And I should have realized sooner than later that people are going to try and contain my uncontrollable, urgent fears with terms and maybe even conditions and apparently tough psychological definitions. It's as if I wish I could have another, newer layer of skin, because this one is ridden with the creeping feeling of jitters and sparks and has been prickled. It's been prickled every single time I've moved out of my little apartment. And every single time I feel the same pinch on my skin, I end up bringing about more tears than it is humanly possible for me to deal with, so that I can drown my weaker, ashamed self into them, hoping it never emerges again. And I head out the door, only to see myself struggling again. It makes everything crumble. Crumble against the dark wall of anxiety. The dark, seemingly unbreakable wall I had no idea existed until I walked into it, face first. It reminds me of all the times no one was there to hold my hand and tell me I didn't have to starve just because I was too afraid to eat outside my bedroom. It reminds me of every time I walked alone and tried to talk myself into not being scared of all the human lives around me. Yes, it's scary, being afraid of other living, breathing humans around you. They talk, they walk, but somehow I'm the only one who falters. The wall reminds me of every time I locked myself up and pulled up my stripy socks in the echo-inducing lonely apartment I live in. I wish someone had warned me about it, about the wall. And I wish someone was there to pick me up when I tripped on the sidewalk and tell me it's okay if my knees are bruised, because it was never just my knees. I bruised my self-image, and I learned to pick purple as my favorite color, eventually. When I looked at myself in the eye, searching for an ounce of self-esteem, my reflection screamed at me. It screamed at me in the brightest way possible. It wanted to go places and see things, and it wanted to actually feel feelings. It wanted to be angry. It wanted to be displeasing. It wanted to be improper and unaccepting. It wanted to get lost. It wanted to be missing. And when we disagreed over the demands, it left me. Every time after that, as I looked into the mirror, I saw someone I did not recognize, yet was forced to live with. And I finally decided to enter the coffee shop, even though it still takes me 3 tries just to get to the cash counter. I walk around and try to get used to the warmth of the personification of human bodies I had, up until now, ignored. And today, I looked at myself in the mirror. I did not want to fight with my reflection. I did not want to reject it. All I did was let it lead the way. So I'm here today as my 10-year-old self, and for the first time in my life, I'm happy to have regressed. Thank you.